Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is March 21st. It is Thursday, 2024. Definitely a day later, what a difference it makes. The winds yesterday were just unbelievable. I mean, they were really kicking. And so this video is going to bump. I have a couple other videos set to go off, but this video is going to bump them. I'm going to have this video go off today, so I'm going to move my other videos time-wise to later on. But anyway, all right, we're going to jump right into this video, folks, because this is, I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, okay? You really can't. I mean, it's like, and I want you to think about who this hurts, okay? So in Oregon, they have, okay, let me, actually I gotta take my glasses so I can actually read my notes here. All right, in Oregon, water is a publicly owned resource. So what does that mean? What it means is that you need to have permits to use water. Now you can, they do have exceptions, okay? So, but you need to get approval for many of uses of water in Oregon. So it's not like you can just go, okay, well, I got a well on my property and I can use what I want, it's my property, right? No, it doesn't work that way. You have to have permits. Now there is exceptions. Then let me just see where it was the exceptions. Okay, there are exemptions for those without water rights. So you have to have water rights in Oregon to use water. Okay, that's one of the things that they're doing there. So the exceptions are up to use of up to 5,000 gallons a day for industrial or commercial use. But this does not include irrigation. Okay, so here's the crux of the problem. You can have the well on your property and you can use that well, but you cannot use it for irrigation of if you're growing crops. And this Christina Del Campo is a lady that they're using as the example of this. She's a small farmer. She says she uses less than 1,000 gallons per day for gardening purposes, right? And she sells that food to the local community, and she uses that water from a well on her property, and she's been doing so for the last 7 years. Well, in recently they got more funding, Oregon did, and so they've hired more people to enforce rules by using aerial footage, neighbors telling on other neighbors, you know, and those type of things. So anyway, she got a letter, and she's in District 2. So there was 24 letters that were sent out to District 2, and some of them later on were able to prove that they had water rights, meaning they went through the process to get a water licensure, okay? So again, remember folks, these are water resources that are on this woman's property. She has her own well. And they're telling her she cannot use that well because she does not have a license to use that water, and she's not using, you know, more than 5,000 gallons a day. But because she's using irrigation system to water her, you know, crops, she's not allowed to do that. Now she could apply for the water rights, right? So here's the beauty of this here. You're going to spend thousands of dollars waiting up to 18 months, and that's no guarantee that you're going to be approved to get your water rights to use the water that's on your own property. Now she's trying to, this woman right now, there's a creek that runs nearby, and she's trying to see if she can't possibly, you know, be allowed again to use that water to store, but that's going to cost her a lot of money to set that up, you know, to be able to get the water off of the creek to be able to use for irrigation. So it's hurting the small farmer here in this situation. And this is just one district in Oregon, okay? So like I said, 24 letters got sent out. Some of the people, and it doesn't say how many, confirmed that they had the water rights, meaning they had gotten permission from the government to be able to utilize that. Now, it's the Oregon Water Resource Department. The system of appropriation has been in place since 1909 in Oregon, but it's making sure that water use, is being done properly. But you can't use the water without proper permitting. So it's absolutely insanity, But again, it's hurting small farmers, So these small farmers are facing the consequences of these rules being enforced. And so again, I'm going to tell you guys, this is something that I would say to all of you. If you are planning on moving somewhere, if you are planning on starting a business growing crops and selling the crops locally and doing something like that, you better make sure you know what the rules are in that state, in that county, and all those type of things, because Uncle Sam is going to be looking over your shoulder trying to control every aspect of your thing. But the problem is, in my opinion, with this situation, you have somebody that has a small business that is not abusing the water, using the water from their own well on their own property, but they have to get permission, they have to get a license to be able to use that water. I mean, that is an absolute insanity. That's absolute insanity. And again, I'm sure the big business has no problem getting their permits, because they have all kinds of excess money and they have the time, and stuff like that to be able to, go through the process and do that thing. Where a small business owner, they don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to wait on a what if, or to wait up to 18 months to see if they're going to get permission to be able to utilize something. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. But that's what's happening right now, And so, I remember I had done videos before, and I talked about, controlling water, and stuff like that. And, people were like, oh, no. Now, the other thing you can do in Oregon, you can do rain collection. So you can do a catchment system with rain collection. You are allowed to do that. But again, how much water can you collect that way? If you're trying to use like 1,000 gallons a day, you're talking about ridiculous amounts of water that you would have to try to store from rainstorms and stuff like that. So it's a no-win situation for these folks, And who does it hurt? It hurts the small business owner. Again, small farmers again, and I think it's a travesty that's going on, and I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on this. I want to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think of this situation? Is this justified, or is this another government overreach? That would be my question. What do you believe that it is? I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys have to say. So, anyway, more insanity, more government overreach, more control. Again, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what the rules are before you start trying to do anything in any place. So, something to think about. Remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.